Hey, Shalmakim, Yahweh, Shem, Shabrak, Taba, Shem, Kwakadash, and double honors and salutations to elders and apostles of Grammy Son of the world. I came to for the earth. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yeah, so, just gonna go to a quick lesson that's about Esau and his sword, man. Because, the previous lesson I uploaded shows you about the two police officers that had to go down to the carpet to see what's going on. But hey, it's part of the agenda, So the element of division is going to be very, very, very evident in Babylon very soon. Okay, so all those protests is going to turn ugly. All right, so just imagine, when everything just goes down the drain just like that. So I'll play this video real quick, just to get straight to the point, and you understand that Esau's about the sword, man. He can't live without it. He can't dream without it. He can't eat. It's always about that sword. So that's his blessing from the Lord. All right. When you read the story of Isaac, Jacob, and Esau. All right. And it's clear, that these so-called white folks, man, they descend from the Edomites, man. They are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. And the Israelites, right, the so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, it's not our strong suit to be dealing with weapons, man. And then when we get sucked up into Esau's system, that's when all hell, breaks loose in our neighborhoods. All right, so let me just get straight to the lesson.
More on the president's plan to reverse that executive order signed by President Obama. Now, local law enforcement will be able to purchase grenade launchers, bayonets, and armored vehicles. Our investigative reporter Ben Hall looked at what local departments in Tennessee had been getting.
And that's exactly what Trump reversed, because Obama signed that executive order during the time of the riots in Ferguson. Let me just say riots, the protests, the Malcolm Brown situation. And then years later, Trump reverses it. So, hey, it just shows you, man, it's all a game of smoke and mirrors. Because it's easy to sign an executive order, and it's easy to reverse whatsoever was already put in place by the previous administration, the previous president. So that's the game these elites play. And they have to pass on these weapons, man, to the police departments. And the funny thing, man, when all hell breaks loose in Babylon, those weapons are going to find their hands, find their way into the hands of these so-called militia members. And these cops, man, when they can't make no money no more, they're broke. They're going to break into the armory. They're going to sell those weapons, off the market. All right. And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's all their problem with weapons being able to be accounted for. If you get the ATF to go check on these police departments around the country, to start accounting for weapons, you'll be surprised. All weapons have been, have disappeared without any accountability. So you won't be surprised, man, when you see all type of weapons, man, on the streets of America very soon. All right, so you hear what the guys said: grenade launchers and Humvees, or whatever, bayonets. So that's exactly what is available for these police departments to order. And let's see what Biden's gonna do when he gets in office.
Questions about the military surplus program increased after protests in Ferguson, Missouri, revealed the massive firepower at the disposal of local police. In 2014, our investigation found the Tennessee Highway Patrol obtained 135 bayonets from the surplus program. We found that other departments across the state obtained thousands of pieces of military equipment, items like instant vehicles, night vision goggles, helicopters, and guns.
They were getting all this junk, tents, bayonets, stuff like that I can't see any reasonable need for it.
THP Colonel Tracy Trott withdrew his department from the military surplus program after we asked what was being ordered. We also discovered that the small McMinn County Sheriff's Department received 161 Army rifles and pistols and 71 M16 assault rifles in just 1 year, even though it had just 31 officers.
Does your department need all these weapons?
Well, we didn't need this many. There was a little bit of an error in the order.
County Sheriff Joe Guy said the
little bit of an error in the order. So that's the idea of Babylon, a little bit of an error. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, all leads to chaos in the streets. So the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 13 tells you, keep thee far from the man that had the power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. All right. So this is exactly what you have to deal with in these last days, man. You know, and it's all what you call a problem reaction solution, because the elites already know that those weapons that have been distributed to this police department, sheriff department, you know, some of them, you know, a portion of them is going to make it onto the so-called black markets. You know, and that's how it works. You know, that's how it works. And then it says, remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest up. And that's exactly what, you know, when all the jobs go, or all the elites care about is just about, you know, dumping weapons on your so-called police departments. It just shows you where their price. It's not really about caring for the people. It's about, you know, adding more fuel to the fire so that people could destroy themselves, and then they gain more power, you know. And then, you know, the prayer, you know, of our forefather, Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Shema Shabbat Hashem Kwakadash, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And that's all these elites care about, man. They like to live by the sword all the time. And the Lord Yahweh has already said, those that live by the sword shall die by the sword. All right?
Army surplus program doubled his order, but he never sent them back.
They're here as our department grows. We'll have additional firearms for future officers.
Yeah, so future officers, you know. Future officers, that means they need to have a budget, you know, to fund the police department, you know. So that means the taxpayers have to pay more money. There has to be more revenue. And if that can be possible, they might have to depend on the government. And that's how, you know, they are entangled. All right. So all those rifles, man, oh God, it's going to be ugly in the streets of America. All right. And you already know about ammunition sales. It's at an all-time high. All right. Weapons sales at an all-time high. And a lot of folks are just safe because of the way the country has gone. So, hey, violence in the streets, that's America for you, you know. So that's the point there, Akim. You know, just got to keep it brief and short, and, you know, just stay spiritual, man, because, you know, the issue of weapons in America, it's no joke. So you got to be extremely spiritual, you know, wherever you are, because, you know, just like the guy said, there's a little mistake. Yeah, just stay spiritual and stay humble. Shalom.